Good evening, everybody. A very warm welcome on behalf of Association of Zoologists to all our viewers and listeners from all around India and Gujarat. Belated happy Navratri and Dashera to all of you. And I'm sure everybody is preparing for Diwali. So, in midst of that, we also greet all of you for Happy Diwali once again. And we are here with you with another episode of Success Stories of Zoologist Alumni. Once again, with a very experienced zoologist who is going to come and share with us his life journey to inspire and motivate all of us. So, those who are new with us, AOZ Association of Zoologists is an organization which is a non-profit organization which works for the upbringing and upliftment of zoology as a subject, and also provides a platform to all the people who are linked up with zoology, so that good work can be done when multidisciplinary areas can be developed with respect to animal science, zoology, and different aspects of science. So, if you are interested to become members of our association, you can register with us, and you can just email us, and we'll be sending you all the membership details onto your email account. The email ID is flashing onto your screen: zoologist association 2020 at the rate gmail. So now this is all about, to begin with, Association of Zoologists. Please subscribe our YouTube channel. We are also available on Facebook and Instagram as gujarat.zoologist and zoologist underscore association on Instagram. So now we request you to disseminate this information to all those who are interested in animal science and zoology and would want to be a part of our organization and work with us. There are a lot of training programs, workshops, symposiums, and new avenues, scholarships for the young minds who want to develop their professional career through zoology. So, to begin with, in our episode number 10, let me tell you, we have today with us an experienced academician and a researcher who is joining us all the way, from this particular Maharashtra, a part of our country. And before I give you the short introduction about him, let me invite him today onto our platform. Very good evening, sir. Can you hear me? So I can't hear your voice. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can.
So very good evening, sir. And before I give a formal introduction to our listeners and viewers about you, I heartily congratulate on getting the Lifetime Achievement Award from a national conference for enthusiastic bird watchers recently. Everybody, sir, has recently been given this particular title of Jeevan Gaurav Puraskar during this conference, Discovery of Flights, a national conference for enthusiastic bird watchers. So, on behalf of the whole of the zoology fraternity, sir, and Association of Zoologists, I really congratulate. No, a big congratulations to you on behalf of all of us. It's so good to have you onto our platform.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am.
And we are really glad and obliged, and we feel gratitude that you took time out, and today you are here to inspire us and motivate our young zoologists by sharing your life journey. So friends, before we start inquiring about sir's life and what kind of research he has been doing, let me give you a formal introduction, what kind of a journey it has been as an academician and professional zoologist. So, Dr. Ajit, Professor Ajit sir, has been working past 35 years in the field of zoology. He is a professor and head Helminth Research Laboratory Postgraduate Department of Zoology at NYNC College, Jalgaon, Maharashtra. And it's a big thing to have him here because he is unique in terms of his work on helminth group of animals, which is usually very rarely now seen. At least I do not have an idea if there are many experts around who work on cystode groups and nematode groups at a very high research level. So, interesting for our young students would be to know that Sir's MPhil thesis was on development of the pituitary gland of lizard Calotes versicolor, and his PhD thesis was on studies on the cystode parasite of vertebrates from Khandesh, Maharashtra. Now, going further with his academic profile, he has been into the field of helminthic research past many years. He has already completed 9 PhD theses of different students undertaking PhD under him, and 5 MPhil students. His research publication score is very high. He has around 84 publications, out of which 61 are international publications, and his area of research and specialization has been into helminth, taxonomy, histopathology, hematology related to helminthic group, as well as physiology and histochemistry related to the same group. He has also been awarded, apart from his recent no lifetime achievement award, lot many awards and honors are on his no name. Naming few of them, I would just describe few. It's a very long list, but not going into the detail of each of them. He has been awarded Senior Scientist Award for the commendable contribution in the field of science popularization by Global Environment and Social Association, that is JESA, in recently 2021, and again Lifetime Achievement Award by Asian Biological Research Foundation, Prayagraj, in 2022. So there are many things that sir has been going through. He has done also number of projects onto his name with reference to, once again, talking in the field of helminthic animals. So people presenting you one of the good no experienced researcher and a very experienced academician in front of you, that is Professor Kalse, Ajit Kalse sir, with us. So glad to have you onto our platform once again. And to begin with, I would like to ask you the first very question, which is always the first question of my story, success story, no interview series, that how did you enter in the field of zoology? What made you motivated to select zoology as your subject during your graduation and post graduation?
Very nice question, ma'am. Initially, we belongs to villages. In villages and in Maharashtra, two types of graduations are there. First graduation is general graduation, general BSc, and honors BSc. So I am from the general BSc. So I have studied three subjects, that is chemistry, zoology, and microbiology. So going through this graduation, my teacher working on the PhD work, that is on the bat reproductive system. So we are very curious about him. What is that research? How it collects? How it handles the bat? Initially, we afraid of regarding the bat, how to catch it, because we know the Batman and all these things. And this person, my teacher, working on that bat, so we ultimately very curious and get attracted towards zoology. And in this way, in graduation, we completed three subjects and we choose the master degree for the zoology one.
Wow. So now everybody knows about bats because COVID has made them popular. So I'm sure a
Yes.
lot of people know they are really getting curious about zoonotics because they understand that area of concern more after COVID has been giving us bad times. And wonderful to note that the curiosity leads to making a decision of being into a subject which is usually not calculative. Nowadays, people are very calculative in selecting their career choices. They look into whether they are going to get job out of it, or would they be able to make money. So I'm very happy to understand that you selected the subject out of curiosity, which is not happening presently with many students. They are going in the manipulative aspect more. So wonderful to know that. But sir, then how did you landed up into Helmintic group? It's a very rare, unique feature. People are not much attracted and influenced on those crawling, creeping creatures. That's not what they want to actually work. And it's also difficult. They are tiny ones to deal with. So how did you enter into that field?
Initially, what happened in general BSc, we learn about the genetics, cytology, then entomology. In the MSc project, we learn about the human physiology. After that, I had entered in the MPhil project. This project is regarding the Calotis 1, development of the pituitary gland of the Calotis. So totally different aspect, and my curiosity develops much. In meantime, when I joined here in Chalizwan, nearest place is the Jalgaon, Aurangabad one, which having this helmet lab. So teacher is available there. So your curiosity, your hard work, your sincerity, and your guidance, all these things are necessary. Because sometimes all things are available, but guidance is not there. Then what to do? So initially, I am from physiological point of view, study physiology, then entomology, then endocrinology, and
My God.
lastly I enter in the helminthology. As my maternal uncle is from the same branch, he inspired me to do this branch, as this one is least studied, as these parasites which are not observed by the naked eyes. So number of times these are neglected. And this microscopic worm study is very interesting. Uh, we can see the other view or other nature which can't be seen by the naked eyes. And in this area, number of scientists work there. If we are going in detail, the Satayu Yamaguchi is the author, which wrote 6 volumes. Out of these 6 volumes, he done on the helminthological study, in which first one is on the trematodes. The trematodes, the worms, which look like a leaf worm or a liver fluke. Second group is uh, the cystores, which are just like a uh, railway wagon. Number of segments are there. That is tapeworm. Number three group is the nematodes. That is a roundworm. And number four is monogynia. And fifth one is the uh, acanthocephali. So these are the 5 groups. Out of that, we studied on the cystores and nematodes. Actually, these volumes are very rich one, very deep studies there. This Satyavi Yamaguchi wrote a book, and latest print is 1985 print, 1985 years print. Then
Okay.
after, all the data is available on the net one. So I
Okay.
congratulate the viewers that during our time or my time, there is no net facility, no Google facility, and all these searchings are in the laboratory library one. So go to library and search all the things. It is a nowadays it is easy to the students to search all these things in Google, and all these easily available. So curiosity is must, and proper guidance is required. Then and then only you can enter in this field. So this helminthological field is a minute one which is not seen by the naked eyes. You can observe under the microscope, and in that depth, I studied on the taxonomy of the helminth parasites. Taxonomy one. It is a crucial job. In Maharashtra, only 3 universities are there where this work is going on. First one is Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad. Second one is SRTM University in Nanded. And third one is Kavitri Bainabai Chaudhary, North Maharashtra University. Jalgaon. So third center is our, and under my guidance, 12 students are working. Out of these, 9 students are awarded in the helminth research, which are studied on the cystode and the nematodes one. Three
Okay.
persons work on, yes, ma'am. In this way, we enter in the helminth study.
Yeah. So, sir, these books are still available because the last publication, as you said, was in 1985. So,
Right.
the students in present day, would they be able to access this particular books on
Yeah,
helminthes
yeah. These books are available online also, and if
online?
you
Okay.
require uh, hard copy, these are also available.
Wow, so that is really good that they have this classical, 5, 6 volumes wherein they can study the Helminthes group nicely. And those friends who are into Maharashtra or are willing to do some studies on parasites related to Helminthe group, you have three institutes available in Maharashtra. So I have no clues whether we have it in Gujarat and how many experts are available in Gujarat. If like somebody, please, if you can comment into and let us know if we have some good experts also available in Gujarat. Students can access help from them. And so you said you did a lot of physiology, endocrinology studies. I'm sure that time you must have been also undertaking dissections to some extent to understand animals. So, how
Right.
was your experience about dissections?
During that time, there is no ban on the dissection, so it is
Okay.
easy to get survey. So during dissection, I dissect that from the Pisces fish, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and mammals. All the animals I have dissected from the Khandesh region. And
Wow.
initially, there is no ban, so it is possible for myself. So I have prepared a data, 33 years vertebrate parasite collection. I have prepared that data, and number of students which are working on that topic from last 15 years. Now there is ban. Actually, due to this, we restricted for the animals. There is only Gallus gallus, then that of the Capricornus, and that of the last one, the fish. The market, English market, the intestine is thrown away as a waste product. We are studying on that part because remaining animals are not allowed to dissect it. Actually, it is very harmful for our subject to
Yes.
diagnose. Actually, what I'm doing, initially taxonomy is there. We identify the worms, classify them. Then second phase is to study the histopathological study, how much amount of damage is done by these parasites in the intestine, as these animals are not giving you any hint regarding their presence or their damage. And third one is what they change in the blood number of RBC, WC, what are changed in there. Uh, Hematological study I have done. Then regarding biochemistry or histochemistry, I have seen in tissues which amount of carbohydrate, protein, and fats are available in tissue and in the parasite. Next one is the regarding the seasonal variation. So, regular 2 year study is going on, and during this we study the which month or which period is heaviest infection rate. Uh, in Shravan, we avoid to eat some that kanda, lasun, and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Uh, in the same fashion, we can avoid these animals or meat during which they are highly infected. So in that position or in that direction we study. Our next aim is to study this life cycle of these ones because this life cycle having 2 to 3 intermediate hosts. One example I will give you. I have worked on the fish that is Clarius batrachus from our dam, that is Ambadi Dam near Kannur. And uh, for 2 years, uh, after 8 days, after a week, we dissect the animals and observe that only one type of parasite is observed there, that is the nematode one. Then we wonder about if these are the parasite and these parasite can't get mature. All these are immature. Then we go through the literature and observation. We observe that In that dam, the migratory bird visited there. These birds eat that fish, and that nematode is become mature in that bird. So next
Okay.
time they visit the pond there, through their excreta, again this life cycle is continued. So this type of uh, interesting observations are observed. How these are transferred, because these parasites have no legs, no head, and all these things, and easily they can transfer from one place to another. And this migratory bird helps to these parasites only.
Yeah. So, sir, you mentioned you have done the collection of the data. So, how the students can approach you to understand or utilize your data? Is there any way they can use that data that you have collected all together,
Yes,
or you
it
are
is available.
planning to do some particular publication or what?
Yes, yes, publication is there. All is available on the website. Doesn't
Okay.
matter. Uh, and if any problem, call me. I will give you that
Okay.
student who made it.
Yeah, yeah. And one more question, sir, that you could do it because you had gone through dissections and that time it was possible to do it. But how, suppose a person in present day wants to study helminthic group animals and do research, what should be the approachable aspect? Because we are not allowed the dissections anymore. So then how they should be able to work onto helminthic group? So any say on that?
Uh, it's only possible. These three animals are there. That is, Capriothus is there, then Gallus is there, and fish are there. To collect that intestine from the slaughterhouses, observe it. If parasite is there, try to rear it or infect the other host, and again observe how this life cycle is going on. Is there any intermediate host? It is to be observed that that mites are there, which are responsible for transfer of the human parasite from larval form to adult form. So in the Julia region, it is observed that the typical parasites are observed, which are not observed any other part of the body. The typical
Okay.
part.
So, sir, just a request if you can speak little louder, because there
Okay.
is a lot of humming sound in your background.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
So,
they still have an avenue to know listen to do this particular research in some or the other way.
so another point is to collect the data in
Yeah.
molecular level. You can study at the molecular level or genetic level and
Hmm.
compare this with the evolutionary point of view. How these parasites are transferred from that fish to birds. That is, one is a cold-blooded, one is hot-blooded or warm-blooded. So how it rare it. So one thing I observed that one parasite which observed in the Alaska in the foxhole, and this migratory bird caught in the chalice ground, it shows the same parasite after 180 years now. In between 180 years, such type of parasite is not available anywhere.
Hmm.
So this is the record one. So we get excited to search all the records. So for that, I search a library of Marathwada Aurangabad. 1 month uh, life sciences that journals are referred, which publish 15 day, monthly 2 volumes are published, and I refer near about 30 years references to search where it is present or observed before or
So it is a very intense research that you undertook for such a long period of time, doing 30 years of reading and all. So, sir, on that note, the question is that what kind of skills are needed for a student if they want to work in helminthic group animals? So, what do you advise them? What kind of skills they should develop?
skill. Firstly, it is dissection skill is there. It
Hmm.
practice made man perfect. Secondly, their preparation staining procedure is there. This
Okay.
staining procedure also required a practice, huge practice. because a number of the parasites get damaged during staining, during transferring, as these are very thin one, how to handle or tackle. Number of times these colex or mature segments are broken down, then it is not possible to identify them. So for the identification, we require uh, scolex region or head region, then
Hmm.
mature segment and gravid segment. All three parts if available, then we can identify which type of parasite is there. And this requires a skill. So practice made man perfect. So it
Hmm.
requires lot of practice, and it can
Yeah.
be done, no problem.
And as you are also a taxonomist for helminthic animals, I am sure nowadays students are not into so much of taxonomic identification. So, any tools are available which can help them identify this kind of animals easily, or any kind of the way we have dictionaries and picture books available. Some sort of such material is now available in helminthic group.
Ah, I have told you that this Satoshi Yamaguchi is the
Yeah.
key person who is giving the how to classify them. Then recently, another person, that is the Khalid's person, keys to the cystode parasites of vertebrates. Then nematodes of the Indian mammals from the NAMA, and number of the books are available or keys are available. How to identify them? Initially, collection, preservation, staining, and then that identification is required. Before identification, you should know the previous data completely. Then and
Hmm.
then we can say that this one new for the science or whether it is redescribed. So it is a
Yeah.
tedious job. Tedious job. It require previous whole data. I have that whole data. Near about 150 years data is available with me.
Wow. I think you are a complete no a living museum wherein
Yeah,
people can find all sorts of information related to Helminthi Group. It's
yeah.
so good to know, and it's thrilling and exciting. In fact, that somebody is working in the field of Helminthic. Like, it's really a very no untouched area. Invertebrates are not very popular organisms this way to be studied specially. So, sir, tell us more, like, how had your journey been during this research of helminthes? Because, as you say, it's all about staining, preserving them, collecting them. So, it's a very tedious, long process which requires a lot of patience. I'm sure you must be having good and bad experiences linked up with your research. So, we would like to know, like, any some kind of a no memory related to this research work that was a havoc for you, and a good memory which was like, oh god, it's good I'm doing this research, something which happens to that.
So during this journey, I have collected number of parasites, number of hosts which are dissected, and 52 types of the species I have identified newly in this area. So while this study, number of problems are there while collection, while dissection, while staining, then microphotography is there, again camera lucida is there, and whole literature is there. One experience is that one uh, tape or cystode parasite, to identify them, we discussed near about 1.5 months with our guide that how to identify it. According to guide, his opinion is a different one, and my literature survey showing the different opinion. So we discussed near about 1.5 months, and finally it is concluded that what I decide is final one.
Final,
So
yeah.
yeah, so guide also appreciate me. You are doing good job. So I'm taking your test whether you is able or not to study this taxonomical work.
Oh wow.
So
So
this
it's good
this
you
work,
have a good guide. Otherwise, PhD guys also have a different kind of experience to be with them. So your guide was generous enough to let you win the game.
regarding guide, uh, I organized them, I thanked them. My guide completed 110 PhD students,
Oh my God.
and near
110 PhDs.
yeah, yeah, and 3,500 papers are published by right.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful to know. So you
Giant,
already have a huge inspiration in front of you.
yeah, yeah, giant personality is there. And in this way, this is from the Harvard University, and from maternal uncle, that is from Nagpur University. He also gives me regarding the nematode identification, their study, and cysto experiments. So it's a blessing by all these things. Give me
Yeah.
the guidance.
But I'm sure during the whole of this process, there must be some moment where you must, like, once it might have happened, at least once, that, oh, let me give this up. This can't be done further. It's too much to do. So, how do you then regain the, the energy to still continue working in that field? Because always research, has that, breakdown thing coming up at some point, then you don't want to do it further and it's not giving you the results that you want. So how you manage to continue?
So initially, what happened? We collect the worms, stain them, identify them, and at the last moment, while the writing is going on, it is observed that the slides get fed up. Literally, I am under pressure how to capture the figures, how to take the photographs, or how to take the camera documents. So in that condition, totally reverse back. Uh, we search one technique, the restaining technique, and in that case, I reshuffle all the slides and restain, and it's my giant experience that from 0 to 100%, I come back.
Yeah, really, really path breaking, in fact.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Your work is really like that, but you continued.
yeah,
You
yeah,
continue to do that. Yeah, so that is what is a learning: curiosity, passion, managing, to continue in consistently working towards the goal that really leads you to what you are presently. So extremely inspiring to note, and that too during those times when we didn't had such good technology, internet facilities, cameras available to click the pictures. I'm sure you are seeing more better changes in terms of technology now. The instruments are
yeah,
really working good. So your students are enjoying that part when they are doing their research. So, sir, when you started the research in helminthes, and now when you see the world working on helminthes, what is the change that you see? What are the positive changes that have come up?
A positive change is that in some areas that I mm, cope with two universities, one Jekoslovakia University and one USA University,
Can
to
you repeat
study
the names? Can you repeat the names?
Jekoslovakia
Okay,
University, and other one is the USA University.
okay,
That I contact with them, send it some parasite with them for this study of the genetic level study. They also give the idea regarding their Greek Republic parasites and in Indian parasite, how these are similar or how these are the different ones. So I'm in collaboration with these two societies. I'm working there. So it is very interesting thing that they cope with us. Initially, what happened during research, all the person hide their research, don't publish them, don't give the ideas to other person. But
yeah,
uh, but it observed that US countries and Republic, they send their papers, published papers, their material to me also. I also send there, and in this way, to and through motion, we learn lot. What is the difference in the continent, in the area also? Temperature effect is there, animal effect is there, different parasites are observed. Their life cycle is totally different, and we can study in that fashion also.
yes, yes. So, sir, what are the new areas of research available now for the students to work in this invertebrate area? Like, what are the present research no updates?
Present updates are we are going again in limited manner. that
Oh,
no dissection, so we can do on the genetic level, bacterial, viral infection in that manner we can study. But this invertebrate or vertebrate level, how to study? Again, we come back to these three animals and limited area. So it is possible to change the area and comparative study can be possible. So this Marathwada region, Paschim Maharashtra region is done by the university, and myself done by this North Maharashtra University, yeah, and Nashik University.
okay. So
It is a,
apart from histopathology and taxonomic studies, because now we have very, very many technologies available, are there more work going on with respect to molecular genetic aspects in India for this group?
yeah, yeah. It is going on in Lucknow and
Okay, in
in
Lucknow.
Satna.
Okay,
Huh, in Satna also. This type of work
Satna.
is going. Yeah.
Okay,
So these are the some limitations with our laboratory one that available facilities in available facilities you can do your research also. And which is also helpful. This one is the socio-economic one. As this infection, we can uh, give the positive points to the people to avoid all these infection. And our next aim is to search the antidotes regarding these parasites, how to control or how to break their life cycle. These are main aim of the future.
okay. And on that note, what would you suggest to the academicians and the teaching fraternity who are teaching students? What kind of how they can like know inculcate Helminthic group into their syllabus or curricula?
Initially, I suggest them firstly they should have the curiosity to study these animals. Actually, what happened? Some upper level studies there never goes in deep work. For this, you require patience, hard work, continuous work is required, and those which are ready for this work because it requires time, money, and all these things. If they are able to do their 5 to 6 years in this area, then they can enter in the research. Or temporary research is not useful. It is only for the degree purpose. So your research must be from lab to lab. It may be helpful to the people. It may be helpful to the society.
Hmm.
Uh, you see, number of times what happened, the research is making a book and it is remaining the library. It is not the research lab. Research must be go from the lab to land for the people. It's,
Yeah, lab to land research. But that is
yes.
about the research, how one has to do the research in such a way that it shouldn't be a part of the library, but it should come down, be useful to the people. My question is like, if I want my students to develop a curiosity, interest, and know about helminthes, how should I inculcate that from syllabus point of view? What changes should I do it in the syllabus so that they get more aware about helminthic group?
In the syllabus, number of times we give the project work.
Okay.
So number of the students, we can give the different project, different invertebrate animals, and for this same one, or the molluscan one, there also the intermediate hosts are there regarding the fish. So it can be become a curiosity while they dissecting these animals. They can observe. In biohol also, not dissection is required. Only they put in the pond and observe the larva is who's outside, and we can collect it, stain it, and observe which type of the larva is there. 25 types of the larvas are there regarding
Okay.
this Leocoplan. So it is interesting job to observe it instead of dissection. You only observe. My two students working on the fecal matter. So the birds which are living on the uh, tree at night, they stay there. Early in the morning, the students go there and collect the fecal matter, observe the fecal matter.
Fecal matter. Yeah.
In the fecal matter, they show the worms which are moving there. They collect them and classify. So it is also practical. It is new way. Instead of dissection, you can collect the parasites.
Yes, yes. So lot of project works can be given to the students, and they can study that during the syllabus. That may develop the interest. So,
Yes,
sir, any opinions regarding the new education policy which has come up, and a lot of expectations are there that we need to bring changes with the syllabus, the way we present the information about the subject to the students. What is your opinion how we should utilize the freedom given in education policy now and make changes in our subject?
yes. NEP is somehow good, but what happened? Sudden change in
Hmm.
teacher study also is required, because teacher also should require all round work. In that case, skill-based courses are there. So all the skill must be learned by the firstly teachers, then the students learn there. Then some career-oriented programs are also there, which are job-oriented. So after that, they can prepare their whole job. Uh, and necessary uh, guidance is required. Number of times what happens after 10th or 12th, the students are misguided. I repeat, students are misguided by their parents, because uh, in that period, parents will learn that having other subjects, and in mind they think that that subject is useful, remaining subject is not useful. So proper guidance should be given by the teachers to orient them how much branches are there, how much work is going on, what are the lines after the 12th. So in our college, in our university, we doing this one seminar for the careers in this world. So we
Career oriented seminars, yeah.
yeah, seminars are there, and we are doing with job opportunity with their addresses where the schools is available, what is the fees are there, what is the timing is there, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and in this way we orient the student. Then students think regarding him. So what is our capacity? How much time is required? How much money is required? And interest. Uh, we give the sericulture to these students, and they don't have the farm. And how they this skill is utilized them?
Yeah.
Uh, so initially they give the ideas. Now they think regarding himself. So if I will not get the job, then I can use this knowledge in my farm or my area. So in this way, we can orient them, guide them, and then they think in that manner. And if
Yeah.
students ask regarding suggestions, then we will also give the solution. So this one practice is going on in our area.
Okay, so we can have a lot of career-oriented seminars for the students, and
Yes.
teachers need to prepare, update themselves so that they can guide the students better during this NEP period. Sir, I would like you to tell us that because along with time, research skills and research approach has also grown, changes are there. So are there more techniques, methods available to study Helminthi's group now, which were not previously available, but maybe perhaps now things are different? So do you see any such kind of techniques which can be utilized nowadays to study Helminthic group easily?
Yeah, yeah. Number of universities having such type of the technique that Aligarh Muslim University, in that university having a technique to search the soil nematodes, the study of the soil
So
nematodes.
we are not able to hear you. Your voice is very low. Can you just repeat?
In
Yeah.
Aligarh Muslim University, in
Okay.
Aligarh, there is a technique which is study regarding the nematode parasites which are present in the soil. So we are
Okay.
studying the nematodes in the vertebrate intestine. In that university, we are studying the nematodes in the soil. This technique is typically available in Aligarh Muslim University. In
Okay.
Lucknow University, other part is there which shows the uh, DNA linkage, or that of the uh, genetic at the genetic level we can study. this one. So laboratory should be required. So very high quality, high expenses are there. So number of universities shows this type of electron microscopic figures are there to study in that fashion also. So number of the universities which working now, if those are interested for the purpose, firstly they aim themselves what to do, and if they are having curiosity to learn in this sense, then approach that university and then continue their work. So because
Okay.
not all the universities or all the laboratories having the same instruments number of times.
Okay. And sir, what is the approach of Indian government regarding projects related to helminthics? Because this is, as we know, it's a very less studied group of animals. So, would they, know, be able to bag a project in terms of funding if they really input some research into it? Is government, fair enough to choose this kind of research area for projects?
Yeah, yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
Government can give your a different funding also. I have given two times funding regarding this stored parasite collection and observations. In addition, uh, our university also giving the funds for this research topic. So it is available one. DST projects are there, UGC projects are there. If you give proper presentation, so initially in our area, this Girna Dam is there, a huge dam which collect the water. In that dam, number of the fishes are there. So we studied the parasites which are observed in the fishes of that Girna Dam. So government give our the funding one. UGC, then that previous example I was told you, that Ambadi Dam, that parasite partial development in the fish and partial development in the birds. So that also funded by the UGC. So DST also give the funds and university also give the funds. So it is
Okay.
available. Proper presentation is required. So to what you are doing, what will be useful for the society, it is available in detail. Then funds will be available. No problem.
Yeah. Okay. And those students who are, no, aspiring to do PhD in this area, what is your advice for them? How they should work, and what kind of topics they should be able to select for this particular, no, area?
Initially, they should require the guide also, guide and research lab. Then and then only it is possible. Because a
Okay.
number of times, if a laboratory is not available, guide told you then how to work it. It's a very uh, tedious job. Previously, one referee give the suggestions to collect the data, and that data collection go to Bangalore, and for one slide, we student require 5,000 rupees, and it
Oh,
having
it's
the
very
10,
costly.
10 slides. So it is give the suggestion in such a manner that is advisable, or
Hmm.
that can be adaptable, that student can be adapted work them. So in this way, the student should learn. Curiosity and also guidance is must one. Proper guidance and proper laboratory is required for such type of research.
Yeah, so that is one thing. And what kind of preparation a student should do it from their own side? This is like if they are going to do research in with, in a PhD program, then they need this many things minimum. But as an student, what I have to prepare so that I can do the research?
Initially, that students should having the ability to dissect the animals, to collect
Okay.
the parasites one, to handle them, because these are tiny particles or tiny worms. They cannot be handled properly, then lost will be there. So it is to be observed that out of 10 worms, only one worm will be finalized for the identification. The remaining 9 worms get damaged during collection or during staining one. So only 1% out of 10, one worm is identified. This one is the story. And again, one thing is that there is no connecting link. So number of the areas are virgin where work is not going on till today. So
Okay.
there is no link one which area having such type of the parasites and whatever. So it is a tedious job and group work is there. Government should fund, give funding for these things. It is necessary for such a our association will be uh, helpful for us to give the guidance to the students and to give the suggestions to the government also how this work is going on because
Yeah.
without funding it is not possible. So a huge program is there, huge work is there, and it is not a single worm or single animal, single person work. So group work is there. Hence, this topic is less studied up till date.
So that means it has a potential to be
Yeah,
explored, but then you need little funding, you need skills for it to go forward, but it does have a potential to
yeah, yeah.
explore. So what I understand is that we do not have things explored not only at taxonomic level but also at molecular and genetic level in terms of this particular invertebrate group. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. Initially, taxonomy is must. When you identify them, who is Mister Nobody, then and then only you can go for other
Beyond
search.
that, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, beyond that particular thing. So
first
does
thing is
India, no, apart from that a legal university and number of few you described previously, does India actually have researchers presently working at molecular or genetic level, or they are only doing the data collection and working at taxonomic level?
means some universities are working there in Calcutta also, Himachal Pradesh also. They are working on the molecular level, but some limitations are there. So as these facility is not available all the in all the areas, so some are working on the molecular level, some are working on the taxonomical level, some are on the biochemical level. That uh, Vizag, Vishakhapatnam, and their studies on the uh, chemical level, biochemical level. So
Okay.
study on the host and as well as the parasite biochemical study in other fashion. So each area working on the other different aspect. So we tried here to combine all the aspect and search here this area, this North Maharashtra. So our aim or try is there, best try we can say that.
Yeah, it's so good to know, sir. You have been working like past 35 years and still continuously doing the same in the same particular group. So, sir, we are about to end today's episode. So, before we close down the session, what's your no one single advice out of your whole experience of your this academics and research in this group for our students? What would you advise one thing that they should follow for their upcoming life?
Uh, First, they should learn regarding the historical point of view that data should be studied and uh, learn the lacunae which are remaining for the research one, and then go for that direction to study in that manner. Because number of times the same work is repeated, there is no manner, मतलब नहीं आता कुछ सेम वर्क करने से। कुछ नया करना है तो रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर चाहिए, वो पढ़ाई होना चाहिए। पढ़ाई करने के बाद में कुछ गाइडेंस लेना है, न्यू क्या कर सकते हैं, ये भी देखना है। जब
Hmm.
ही ये आगे चल के अच्छा रिसर्च कर पाएँगे जो सोसाइटी के लिए अच्छा रहेगा।
Yeah, so everybody, this is the point needs to be noted. This area is unexplored. You have a lot of potential to work in the field of helminthic group animals, starting from taxonomy, biochemical, molecular, genetic level. All can be done, but under somebody's guidance. You need proper literature review. You need to be patient without giving up, consistently working into it. You need little funding for your laboratory work to do. And if you do so, you can have the way sir has been doing the work, you can explore the area and no get it done, which reaches to also people around, and your research is getting transformed from lab to land, and that's how it's going to be utilized for the society's benefit. So what a wonderful talk today, sir. Extremely inspirational and motivational. So just to end up the show, one question: what keeps you going on and on in your journey of study towards this tiny animals, no microscopic animals, which you have been doing past so many years? What keeps you going?
These tiny
सर
animals.
थकते नहीं है इतना, इतने सारे एनिमल्स का डेटा स्टडी कर लिया है, फिर भी काम किए जा रहे हैं। हमारे बच्चे तो एक लेक्चर में ही थक जाते हैं और 1 घंटा पढ़ाते हैं तो दे आर लाइक बस करो। तो आप कैसे मैनेज कर लेते हैं इतने सारे एनिमल्स का स्टडी इतने सालों से?
नहीं, इसमें ऐसी बात है कि जितना स्टडी आप करेंगे, न्यू फाइंडिंग्स अपने को मिलेंगे। जब न्यू फाइंडिंग्स मिलेंगे, इंटरेस्ट बढ़ते जाता है। और एरिया वाइज न्यू फाइंडिंग्स रहते हैं। वहाँ पे इंटरमीडिएट होस्ट अलग रहता है, वहाँ का इन्फेक्शन अलग रहता है, वेदर अलग है, टेम्परेचर पैटर्न अलग है। सो इट इज़ इंटरेस्टिंग वन टू सर्च न्यू वन। So this one gives our energy to continue yours. And
Yeah, that
lastly,
is there.
I thank you, the organizers and um, Neil ma'am, for inviting me, for sharing my thoughts, my success stories. Still, I'm working. I wish to work in future also.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we also are very glad to have you, sir, and we really wish that just like your guide who had 110 PhD students, your score also keeps on increasing, and you have more and more people around who does the work as you wish, reaching from lab to land. So, on that note, I wish you no a very healthy, prosperous life ahead, sir. And we wish that someday you once again come onto our platform with some more findings, and we would like to hear your findings and expertise in terms of the Helmintic group. Thank you
Sure,
so
sure.
much. It was wonderful time to have you know onto our no platform today. I'm sure many people must have got inspired. So friends, this was the journey of Professor Kalse sir, and you can see curiosity increases and leads to passion, and passion is the energy to continue your life, which ultimately gives you the byproduct of a successful professional life. So on that note, see you all soon with the next episode in November. Till then, good night, take care of yourself and remain motivated. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.